Good evening, everybody. It's Larry Mormon here for a new episode, not another episode. But this is going to be a Money in the Bank 2014 wrap-up. And pretty much just broadcasting right now to tell you my thoughts on the show tonight. Overall, I'm just going to kick it right off saying I enjoyed it, quite enjoyed it. Again, another great pay-per-view WWE's been putting on so far in 2014. Great Money in the Bank pay-per-view in itself and some great matches as well. Pretty much it's going to go up and down the card. I'm not going to go into major details. Definitely spoiler alerts if you haven't watched it yet on the WWE Network. And, pretty much take it from there. I didn't do a prediction show because apparently my predictions stink. So in any event, first off, and this is probably going to be out of order, so WWE Tag Team titles were on the line tonight. The Usos versus the Wyatts, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I actually figured that the Wyatts were going to win the tag titles. Be that as it may, the Usos definitely came out on top, still the WWE Tag Team champions. Solid match through and through. A lot of good false finishes. Luckily, the Wyatts with new music, thankfully. And the Wyatts, they're former NXT Tag Team champions. I think they would make tremendous WWE Tag Team champions. Hopefully just a matter of time before that happens. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, they're just kind of throwbacks to just big, tough, rugged, not rugged actually, just big, tough, just brutes, I guess that's what I was looking for, brutes. The Usos putting on, I'm happy that they're still tag team champions. I'm kind of shocked that they're still tag team champions. I thought maybe by now they would have dropped them. If not to the Wyatts, maybe to Ryback or somebody. But definitely the Usos got a good runs happening so far. As with pretty much all the champions, it's been having some good runs. So, but tonight the Usos came out on top against the Wyatts, and hopefully Harper and Rowan will have another shot maybe next month at Battleground. Next match up for the Divas title. Again, well, you know what? Hold on. Before I get into that, let me see if I can try and do this in some sort of order. It's probably not going to happen, but I'll try anyway. So, yeah, actually, no, Divas title's on the line. Naomi and Paige defending the Divas Championship against Naomi, who I feel probably should have been champion back during WrestleMania before she had the eye injury. But this match is actually really good, especially for a Divas match. It's like Paige and Naomi tried to put on a match. The problem is with the Divas division, a lot of these girls just kind of brought in. Mid 2000s, even up to recently, a lot of them were just models hired and then kind of learning as they go. But Paige and Naomi put on a good match, especially for the Divas. Paige walked out still champion, a vicious. Like a cradle DDT or something. I don't even know what to call it. But she pulled out on top, and definitely nothing bad from Naomi. She put on a great show. Looks like they're furthering, teasing the split of the Funkadactyls with Naomi and Cameron. But tonight, Paige walked out, definitely the winner. Well, obviously. Still Divas champions. Good stuff there. Impromptu match, Adam Rose and Damian Sandow. I still don't get the gimmick that they're doing with Sandow. He came out tonight as Paul Revere, and Adam Rose, with the Exotic Express. Adam Rose, very entertaining, very fun to watch. This was really just a throwaway, just goofy match, which was fun. Probably a lead-in for the Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Bottom line, Adam Rose victorious against Damian Sandow. Next up was the first of two ladder matches. This one was the Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Rob Van Dam, and Jack Swagger. This match, a lot of high flying, a lot of big time moves. We had a lot of aerial guys between Van Dam, Kingston. Really, everyone, all of them. Swagger, not so much, but Swagger's a brute force. But a lot of high spots, a lot of great spots. The whole thing between Rollins and Ambrose, very, very entertaining. At the end, Ambrose just climbing to the top, really going to do his best to win the contract. Of course, when the match started, I was kind of curious why Kane's pyros were connected to the corner posts, which later on turned out Kane came out essentially to ensure Seth Rollins winning Money in the Bank contract, which he did. So Seth Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank. Another match here, Goldust and Stardust against Ryback. Curtis Axel rocking some new tights. Looks like trying to match up with Ryback and maybe a little throwback to his father, Mr. Perfect. Bottom line, I'm loving Stardust. I think this team up of Goldust and Stardust really, in my opinion, works. It's fun, it's funny, and really kind of complements Goldust with Stardust. Bottom line, Stardust and Goldust defeating Ryback. In a follow-up to their match from last month, actually from Extreme Rules, really, also, the Rusev and Big E, Rusev winning that again, continuing that, that pro-Russian, pro-Soviet propaganda, if you will, and it was actually, it's entertaining. It's a very throwback to the 80s and 90s with the whole political conflicts and everything, and the WWE reflecting that. No problem with Rusev and Lana, and tonight Big E looked like he was getting ready to power out of the attrition, whatever I think it's called, the attrition, the Cobra Clutch, Camel Clutch. But Rusev, first of all, there was another. They did it again. They did it at Extreme Rules, and they did it here. Big E with a spear essentially through the ropes, and Big E and Rusev just hitting the outside floor, just heavy. Big E almost DDT'd himself outside there, and Rusev looked hurt. He almost looked like internal injuries. Probably not though. But he came back, powered back, locked in the Camel Clutch. Big E almost powered out, but got the submission loss, so Rusev winning on that one. Kind of a throwaway match, probably just as usual to calm people down. Layla against Summer Rae with Fandango as special referee. It was fun, funny. Figured it was short like it would be. Shockingly, Layla won. I kind of thought maybe Summer Rae would win that one, but Layla coming out victorious. And then the main event, the big one, the ladder match, the Money in the Bank WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. Cena, Kane, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, and Cesaro. Oh, and Bray Wyatt. I was rooting for either Roman Reigns or Cesaro. The way the storylines are going, would not have made sense for those two to win it, but I was kind of hoping they would. But bottom line, for the 15th time, the champ is here. John Cena is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. This one, unlike the contract ladder match, this one was just more a lot of power moves, a lot of brute force, which I don't mind. I like that better than high flying anyway. A lot of interesting things they did with the ladders, kind of hooked into each other. A couple spots there with Cesaro and Sheamus hanging off the belts. I was just waiting for someone to accidentally grab the belts, or the belts to snap, and someone accidentally win the title. I feel like with Daniel Bryan out of action, and possibly out of action even longer, because on the pre-show he said he may need to go in for another surgery. I feel like kind of they had no choice but to go with Cena. They can afford to have him, if need be, lose very quickly. Just something to throw together real quick. I don't think they're going to try and, because he's 15-time world champion, I don't think they're going to have him tie or break Ric Flair's record. I don't think so. It could happen. Listen, it's going to happen eventually. They already ended the Undertaker's streak, so why not end Flair's streak? But I don't know. I don't think Cena's the one to do it. But nevertheless, John Cena, the new World Heavyweight Champion, WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So that was just a quick wrap-up. Overall, I like the show a lot. Again, every pay-per-view, I'm not just saying this, every pay-per-view this year has been up to par, has been fantastic. And, it's $10 a month for the network. Even if you don't watch the net, if you watch nothing else on the network but just the pay-per-views, it's worth it alone. They bill you $9.99 a month anyway. They don't get hit for $60 right off the bat. It's a 6-month subscription, but they still charge you $10 a month. And like I said, watch nothing else. If you don't like any other program, if you're not going to watch any of the old pay-per-views, just for the new ones, totally worth it. 2 alone will pay for themselves with getting the network. But with that being said, though, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch Money in the Bank on the WWE Network. And looking forward to next month with Battleground. I forgot where that is. I think it's in Tampa. So far, so good, WWE. Keep up the good work. All right, folks. Catch you on the flip side.